but yeah, he's such an important player for him. GFL player.
Most definitely. 7 goals he kicked yesterday with their win, and we're just watching the players here warm up. They'll be getting ready soon, so we might get some quick tips. Wilbur, what do you think will be the margin today and who will win?
It's going to be a tight one, to be honest. Probably going to go Torquay just because of their form, although they did lose last week, but I guess Modewarre just haven't been playing his great football as of late, but obviously you don't want to be playing your best football right now at this moment. But I'll probably say Torquay by possibly under a goal.
There we go. Well, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go Modewarre by about 2 goals. I just feel that Modewarre know this ground very well.
Was considering that, yeah.
And they'll just get on the top of Torquay here. So not too long to go now. And Wilbur, you were telling me just before we went on to air, you had a game yesterday against Werribee Centrals, wasn't too good in the Joey's under-18s.
Yeah, no, unfortunately we just were able to get rolled by 14 points. We were down by 40 points at 3/4 time, and I just told the boys, well, look, we probably won't win this game, but we'll try and win the last quarter, and we sure did. We didn't let them actually register a score in the last quarter, which was really pleasing.
So it was almost close then.
Yeah, no, it was a respectable score for the match, to be honest, which was really pleasing. But yeah, it was just a little bit too far of a margin, unfortunately. But definitely know we can play against some of the best teams in the division.
Well, it's good to hear. And where do you sit on the ladder at the moment?
I think we're equal 5th.
Equal 5th, okay. So just eyeing off getting into finals by the looks of them with about 7 games left for the season.
Yeah, hopefully. Yep. That's always the goal. But we'll have to wait and see first. We've got the week off this week, which is pleasing. Mm-hmm. Nice for a couple of the boys that are a bit sore, but yeah, it'll be nice. And then have Barwon Heads the week after, so important game to win there.
Well, there you go. Now, speaking of Barwon Heads and all the other teams, we'll just go through the scores from yesterday. Anglesea defeated Ocean Grove 17-20, 122 to 26-18. So, as we were saying before, Jordan Erskine just absolutely smashed it there. Barwon Heads 12-10-82 to Queenscliff 5-5-35. Barwon Heads were at home. Drysdale defeated Port Arlington 17-14, 116 to 3-5-23. Big margin there. And Newcombe almost got the better of Geelong Amateurs. Geelong Amateurs winning 6-9-45 to 5-9-39. So it was only a goal in it, despite the very tricky conditions.
Yeah, it was actually a really, really close game. It was good footy. I had a look and it was about 20-point margin in the 3rd quarter at Amos up by, and then I had a look after, and Newcombe were just weren't able to get over the line. But you know, credit to them. They're obviously a up-and-coming team, improving under Rory Nicol, which is really pleasing for the Newcombe supporters. I haven't seen much as of late.
Where's my... So siren sounds here for the opening quarter here at Modewarre. It's Modewarre against Torquay. Ball goes up there and just hits the deck all very quickly there. John Meeson almost got a quick hand pass, but it's just carried out to that outer side, picked up straight away into Modewarre's 50. Going up there was Josh McDonald, and he couldn't get his hands on it, and that will go out of bounds, but into his hands again. So just launch quickly into Modewarre's 50 here, looking for Ablett. Ablett couldn't get his hands on the ball in that one-on-one contest. Ball's on the deck. Just slipped out there into the hands of Troy Anderson. And Ablett with the ball again on his right boot. It doesn't get over the defender there. That looked to be Dom Gleeson in the full-back position there. And just quickly cleared out there by Torquay on the outer side. Long kick towards the middle. Plenty of players around the ball. One goes up there. And Torquay just doing some quick hand passes over the other side there. Briefly into the hands of Oliver Reid. And now all of a sudden it's in Torquay's 50. One-on-one contest. No one goes to the ball and just goes across the line. First behind of the game. So very quick start to this game here. And we'll now be getting the ball cleared out by Modewarre. It's going to go to this inner wing on the broadcast side, looking for Sam Romerall there. Doesn't get to him at all, and it's out of bounds on the full, back into the hands of Torquay. So Ben Ramey, star player for the Torquay Tigers, he has the ball in hand. There's a short little chip kick, and that is actually gone out of bounds on the full as well. So Already I can tell with the trees in the background, the wind is quite strong here. And we're in a quite protected position where we are standing, but over on that right side, it is quite exposed with the valley. And we're just going to collect that ball there. What'd you make of that first passenger play there, Wilbur? It just ended up on that right side. And
yeah, well, Popey, I remember, did say that pocket was the dead pocket, so it was probably wasn't the right option there by Ramey to go for it, and obviously it went out on the full, but obviously good signs early for Torquay to get an entry inside 50 as well as Motta there, getting the first inside 50, especially going up the hill.
So John Meeson had the ball there, but it just trundles out of Brown's direct centre on the inner wing. Hasker Dorman was chasing after that one. Both these teams also have a really strong percentage as I look at the ladder still. 137% for Modewarre with 7 wins and 4 losses, and in Torquay 153% with 8 wins and 3 losses. So ball gets thrown back in here. Quick punch back out of bounds by John Meeson.
Yeah, the co-coach there, always playing his role. Meeson and the Rockies, he's an incredible player.
Ball will be thrown back in. Tap there by Meeson. In fact, he doesn't tap it, he just grabs the ball in his hand, passes it towards the boundary line. Trying to pick it up there was Matty McKim, and has gone out of the full again. So a little bit of a lull. 3 minutes into this first term, only one score on the scoreboard. 0-1-1 in Torquay's favour. Thrown back in here, Meeson with the punch all into Gleason's hand, but he can't pick it up fully, but he just runs out of it. Great little hand pass there to his teammate who couldn't hold the ball properly, and Nick Garner tried to pick it up, and now he's just been trapped by all these Motta players, and it'll be a ball up. And the ball will go into the umpire's hands. Ball's up, Meeson gets a short tap on the ball. Chasing after it is Nick Garner again for Torquay. And great tackle there out the back, and that will be in the back unfortunately. So we'll go into Motta's hands again. Plenty of options there for Oliver Butler, who had the ball. Gone to the outer side, and they'll take a mark and pause play. Long bomb just outside the 50-metre line, looking for his teammates, and it just takes along the line again for another out-of-bounds call. So Sun's just come out here at Community Bank Oval. What have you seen so far, Wilbur?
Yeah, it's been a pretty scrappy game early, unfortunately, but with the wing additions, hopefully whichever team's able to use the uncontested footy on the outside and be a lot more cleaner in the stoppages, I believe will win the game.
So the ball trundling around the outside of the ground now, and it's just gone out of bounds again. It was a bit feisty action going on over there. So players are ready to go. And this game is one of those games where it's all to play for, of course, with the competition being so tight. Every game is very important for these two sides, but these can be the ones that define where they end up in finals. It's only 7 weeks away, finals. So they have to start preparing now. Ball thrown back in. Meeson gets a short little tap there, but goes into the hands of Torquay. Bomb towards their 50. One-on-one contest there. Couldn't be picked up, unfortunately, by Tyler Lavelle, who's kicked 11 goals so far this season, and that's gone out of bounds. So many marks happening at the moment, especially inside the 50s. We're still got a bit of a loose ball here.
Yeah, only had the 3 marks in total from each side. Just lots of hack kicks going forward for either side.
Torquay are looking strong in their forward 50. Tried to be cleared out there by Matt Delidio, and that has gone for another behind actually. So 0-2 Torquay to Modewarre, who have yet to post a score. Gone to the inner wing there looking for Sam Romerall, but Torquay just picked it up straight away, and almost a mark there by the Torquay player, the number 7 player, and that is going to be a goal. In fact, that must have just trundled across the line, and Torquay take a quick advantage, 1-2-8 to 0-0. And Modewarre won't be happy with that one. It's only the first goal of the game, so plenty of time obviously still left, but a nice quick start for Torquay.
Yeah, the perfect start there, Luke. Obviously, Torquay were going inside 50 quite a lot there. They had the 4 entries inside 50, and eventually were able to capitalise on the opportunity there. As the score reads 1-2-8 to Modewarre yet to register a score after 6.5 minutes. Ball goes forward. Torquay player trying to pick it up. Quick handball forward. Swarbrick was there, but the clearing kick forwards from Modewarre. Nice little flick tap from McDonald was really good. They're out now here, Modewarre. Got a dart around his man. It's a quick kick forward. Just going to trundle around the ground there. Ablett's there, but it's heard a whistle, but might have been the netballers. Handball back out now to Swarbrick. Kick long inside 50. Gleason's there. He picks it up. Nice handball. Plays under pressure, but it's a nice kick forward. Just going to be a contest, but it's a good mark in the end.
Yeah, great mark there by, that was George Swarbrick. It's always a shame when you thought it was the umpire's whistle, but it's actually the netball whistle.
Yep.
And they're just right in front of their scoreboard here, in front of their interchange gates. And that will be bombed back in, looking for Ablett there. He's got plenty of players around him. Oh, he almost grabs the ball. And 3 players around him, but all of a sudden, Jesse White for Torquay takes it. Tries to take it out of their 50, into the hands almost again of Darcy French. And just in the shade there in front of the scoreboard, but quickly just trying to pile it back in. Oh, great smother there by Gleason. And that will go out of bounds on the outer pocket.
Playing his role really well here, Gleason, in the back line. Just got to lead by example as the captain.
Yeah, definitely. And he also had a pretty good stop there really early on in the game. He basically almost stopped a score from Modewarre in front of goal. So cleared out by Torquay, enters the inside, the centre square, and takes it along the inside. One-on-one contest here, trying to pick it up there.
It's Fenton.
Yeah, Fenton, thank you very much, Will. And he just does a short kick. Almost looked like it was smothered. Oh, did the wind take that? But it was a great mark there by Matt Delidio. The ball looked like it curved there about 5 metres to the right. And he just takes it towards the centre. Plenty of players around the ball there. And that is a turnover there. I believe that's Finch. Hand passes over. Back to this inner wing. Looking for his teammate in Romerul. Again, he's had a fair bit of the ball already on this wing, and that's gone out of bounds.
Yeah, Torquay, with the win, they just need to be able to lower their eyes going inside 50. They can't just keep bombing it long because they have the luxury to go inside 50 easy with the wind, because Matt Farrelly is there to intercept, which he was before. It's
definitely going to be tough for both teams to try and score, especially down that right side, as I mentioned before, with that valley. And all of a sudden here, Torquay just trying to pick up the possession. They're so close to almost recording another score. That seems to be having the inside 50s a lot. Tried to be kicked there by the number 15 player of Torquay, and they're just having a one-on-one battle here. Who can get the ball almost into the hands of Josh Hamilton? And that's gone out of bounds this time on the outer pocket for Torquay.
It's been a real physical game here, as we saw that little contest there. Just a little bit of aggression. It's good to see from both these sides. Both don't want to lose another game and possibly drop out of the 6 or Modewarre be further away.
So Oliver Reid got the tap on the ball there. Wasn't that effective, although the ball just slowly makes its way in front of Modewarre's goals. The umpire calls a whistle here, and that will be in the back, and a free for Torquay by the looks of it.
Yeah, it was. It was Fenton who pushed the Torquay player in the back there.
Thank you very much, Will. So I'll just see who's going to take this kick. It's going to be number 7 of... We don't have his actual name here. Apologies about that. We'll get that to you as soon as we can. And he is about 30 to 40 metres out, actually. But he can definitely kick this. Let's see how much of a factor the wind takes in this one. For Torquay's second goal of the game. He kicks it. It's gone straight to the right. The umpire's seen running onto the right side, and that will be another behind. 1-3-9 to zip all for Modewarre.
Really just got to take their opportunity here, Torquay, with plenty of entries inside 50. Obviously, we've seen that ball's just going to swing right with the wind.
I don't think they're too disappointed with what they're doing at the moment, because if they're putting that pressure on to get the ball into their 50 and they're just having shots at goal, of course this wind's going to be a huge factor, but I don't think they'd be too upset with how they've started already, and that ball's just gone out of bounds on the inner wing. So very muddy conditions here, especially on this side of the ground here. We can see it just in the little crescent where the boundary line is. So it's tough for the players. Tried to get a tap there was Waylon Doyle. And into the hands all of a sudden of Jesse White, who just turns the ball over as they all reposition. Jesse White wastes no time. Into the centre again. Plenty of players around that ball. Marks a bit, and that just goes straight into the hands of John Meeson. Marks a bit of a premium so far in his first term. And now Modewarre will reset. Nathan Ablett calling for the ball to that right side near that boundary line, looking for Finch that was just taken over the line for another throw-in. So 12. Sorry, go on, Will.
Sorry, mate. This ball's definitely going to be on this side of the ground for most of it, I reckon, with this wind going to our right side of the screen. The fans are going to need a lot of action close to the ball. Yep.
There's always fantastic atmosphere here at Modewarre. Even if it's Sunday football, great day for it here. And taken along the line again. So 12 minutes played, just about to tick over to the 13-minute mark. 1-3-9 in Torquay's favour to Modewarre zip, yet to score. And umpire, I know that was a netball courts again. I've now made that mistake, Wilbur. And ball still in play here. So quickly in the hands of Kane Timmins there. Plenty of Modewarre players getting the ball already. And it's gone out of bounds again.
Just those little important clearances there from Torquay. They're just so important in this game, especially in this nice and tightly congested sort of game.
Yeah, no, Torquay can make a big difference here if they get that clearance. So quickly picked up there by Rob Armstrong. And then they're just chasing after the ball now as it makes its way towards the bound. Oh, that was a big push there and slides along the mud.
He's been given the free kick.
Yeah, he has been given the free kick. Quite an aggressive push. That was Tom Warple that was pushed. He's kicked 24 goals so far this season, so he'll collect the ball.
Wasn't needed there from the Torquay player.
No, definitely not. Now coming towards our end here, plenty of players going up, going for the punch there with Sam Warmold. And Raidme just helps carry that ball across the line. Another ball in.
Yeah, definitely going to see a lot of ball ups, unfortunately. Lukey, yeah, it's not always what we want. We always want a free-flowing game, but it will be like this today.
And that's just punched straight away towards the boundary line again. And that's out of bounds again. Was in the hands of Oliver Butler briefly.
Mason already dominating in the ruck.
Yeah, definitely.
10 hit-outs to Torquay's 1 already, so already +9 in the hit-out department. It hasn't translated in the clearances yet, but it should soon, I will believe.
So, umpire calls holding the man into the hands of Mason, sorry. And now the players will start to set up. Warple calling for the ball. Short little kick, just held in the air by the wind. Nathan Apple was on the side, they're going to run for it. Player taken down, and yeah, holding the man again. So this will be Modewarre's free kick, about 30 metres out. Their first opportunity really to go for a score. It is in the hands of Rob Armstrong. And he's got a pretty good chance here. I don't think the wind's too much of a factor on this side of the field.
Take his best kick out.
Yeah, definitely. So on the right foot, and that has gone over the umpire's hat. That'll be Modewarre's first goal. 1-3-9 Torquay to 1-6 Torquay by 3 points. 15 minutes into this first term.
It's an important goal there. Modewarre just need to be able to get at least one goal against the wind, and especially with Torquay not able to capitalise on the opportunity here with only the one goal. You'd say Modewarre have definitely won this quarter at the moment.
Most definitely. So Rob Armstrong's first goal. Yeah, I don't know how many goals he kicked, but very good kicker there with that last one. So picked up straight away by Waylon Doyle in the centre. They're just trying to clear it out. Calling for the ball there, Sam Warmold. He couldn't get his hands clean on the ball, but he gets in and kicks it just outside the 50. Great mark there by number 15 of Torquay. We don't have his name, unfortunately, and that has gone for another behind. Just swung to the right side there. Modewarre will get another kick out. 1-4-10 to 1-6. 4 points Torquay hold the lead by early in his first term. Now we're just going to get it taken over, and that almost goes out of bounds. Oh, great. Oh, almost a one-handed mark there by George Swarbrick. And it will be out on the full, actually, so quickly into the hands of Roscoe Holmes, who just bombs it back in. Plenty of players go up there. Taken along the outer side by Modewarre. Short hand pass over to Mitch Fisher.
Now McKim.
McKim, thank you very much. And then just taken to that outside wing all of a sudden. Chasing up the ball they are along the ground looking for teammate in Tom Warple, and that's gone out of bounds.
Really good win there for Modewarre. Torquay with that free kick on out of bounds on the full, were able to go inside 50 and
just all of a sudden swapped over, really, so
yep.
Wasn't too effective for them. Now Torquay hold possession of the ball, taken in. That's where they've usually been kicking it, just in the centre there on that 50-metre line. Now they all dive down to the deck to grab the ball, but Modewarre quickly with the turnover. That's just flung over onto the inner wing. Chasing after it is Cody Grant. And not one of the best kicks, trundles along the ground and out of bounds again on that inner wing. So 4 points it is for Torquay. And they would have been very happy with how they started with those quick sort of turnaround of points and goals. And now they're just going to be looking to spread the margin as we head towards quarter time. 18 minutes played in this first term. And just a massive contested contest here, taken to the ground. Great tackle there by Nick Garner for Torquay, and the ball will be thrown up. Very sunny conditions here at Modewarre Community Bank Oval. Ball goes up again. No one gets their hand on the ball for the tap. On the outside there, Roscoe Holmes looking to collect the ball. Ben Raby now around it as it just flies up into the air, kicked along the ground by number 31 of Modewarre. Just taken to that outer wing there, just feeds out there. And then looking for Mitch Fisher.
Only the third mark for Modewarre for the quarter.
There you go. So they're taking the time with these marks as well, looking for options. Oh, going up there. Great little one-on-one contest there. Butler, but someone is down the ground. I'm just going to keep an eye on this one. As Modewarre just trying to grab that ball. Matty McKim was the one with with it in hand. And it's now just going to come towards this inner wing, and it has gone out of bounds. I'm just watching this Torquay player that's gone down. I'm just going to try and grab the number for you. He's very sore. 2 trainers are with him at the moment.
Doesn't look like he's going to be moving. He possibly concussed, or
he looks sore down in the lower body, yeah, because it was a sort of a hip and shoulder sort of bump. He's definitely not concussed by the looks of it, but he's quite sore. So still on the ground here as the ball's on the other opposite side of the ground, holding the ball call, and we'll go into the hands of Gleeson for Torquay, just outside Modewarre's 50, and he's just getting up now. So it's number 40 of Oliver Reid, one of their key ruckmen. And just as I look over at the play, the ball's gone out of bounds in its usual spot on the inner wing. So yeah, Reid's just slowly got off the ground here. He's very sore. Looks like contact with the right side of his body. He's got lots of mud on that right side. Looks like where he's either been bumped or gone down. Josh Chapman was the one trying to go for the tap there, so he might be all of a sudden coming in for Oliver Reid. And Troy Anderson tried to pick up the ball there for Modder, but he will get the ball in hand now. And we'll be looking for a couple of targets. Sun is in his eyes. Not many clouds going around here. It is windy though. Great smother there by Gleeson. He tries to tackle Anderson all of a sudden. And one-on-one here. Trying to go for the ball for Modewarre. Lindsay Phillips couldn't get his hands on it. Now Modewarre just clearing the ball towards their 50. Straight into the hands, though, of Pearson Bennett. And then it's just a mark and quickly played on there by Waylon Doyle. Goes over to his teammate in Tim Carty. Takes it over. One-on-one contest there. Great punch at the hands by a great tap rather by the Modewarre player, and it's now out of bounds again.
Yeah, it was really good play there. Torquay were able to rebound off the back half there, because credit to Modewarre, they were able to get a couple of clearances and get it forward. Torquay were able to get it straight back down there.
So ball's thrown back in, cleared out by Modewarre, looking for Husker Dorburn, the number one player, the player with the number one number for Modewarre, and then it's just gone straight into the hands of Tim Carty again for Torquay. Quick turnover there, and then he goes to the left. They might be switching here, Torquay. Pearson Bennett has the ball, and he's just going to stop proceedings while he looks for a target. Great little spearing kick to his teammate Jesse Dawson. Dawson takes it about 30 to 40 metres. Plenty of Modewarre players though, and that's just a quick turnover. Oliver Butler now has the ball in hand just inside Torquay's 50. Short little kick looking for Husker Dorburn. He couldn't get his hands on the ball. Plenty of Torquay players chase after it. Dorburn awkwardly falls down onto this muddy Modewarre ground. Tackled there, number 7 player of Torquay, and that's just gone out of bounds. Oliver Butler was the one that tackled.
Like I said earlier, Torquay shouldn't have been out. Could definitely lower the ice going inside 50. They didn't need to just bomb it forward, as we saw there when Butler was able to intercept.
So slowly making its way, it's just stuck in that pocket and it's gone out of bounds again. Kane Timmings from Modewarre was around that ball. Yeah, no, bit of a lull now on the scoreboard. Hasn't been a score for a good 7 to 8 minutes.
23.5 minutes gone as well.
Yeah, 23.5 minutes gone. 1-4-10 to 1-6. 4-point lead for Torquay at this stage. There might be longer quarters as well, because we've had that many stoppages too with all these out of bounces, but they've been quickly bringing the ball back in. Marked there by Matty McKim for Modewarre, and he'll be looking for his teammate. Josh Finch gets involved as well. He takes a punch, tries to lay the shepherd, and then Pearson Bennett for Torquay was fended off there by the Modewarre player. Kicked off the ground there by Lindsay Phillips. Now in the hands of James Saker for Torquay. He just gives a short pass over to Pearson Bennett. Ben Ramey now has the ball. Great little hand pass work here. Josh Chapman just kicks it up in the air. Tries to be marked there by the number 15 player of Torquay. He's had a fair bit of the ball. Unfortunately, we don't have his name, which is a bit ironic. And they're just all getting around the ball here. Very congested play. Quickly into the hands of Tom Warple by the looks of it. And great mark there by the number 59 player of Modewarre. Now he'll be looking for an option on the right boot there. Look at this ball swing. That's gone out of bounds on the full. He did not even mean that. The wind, and you can hear the door in the background. The wind has just picked up in the last 5 seconds, and that one's just been taken. So it'll be Torquay's possession all of a sudden. Jesse White will have it. He'll just bomb it to the left, trying to fend off that wind. Plenty of players around the ball. Torquay player goes up. Ramey briefly has it, but the ball drops from him. Sam Warmold launches it in. Oh, look at the wind. Is that a goal? That is a goal. The wind has given Torquay a goal there. Sam Warmold, that was just inside the 50. Didn't even make the distance, and the ball was just carried through, dribbled along the ground, and that is Torquay's second goal for the game. 2-4-16 to 1-6. It's a 10-point margin for Torquay.
Yeah, just incredible stuff there from the wind, I guess.
It clearly doesn't like Modewarre, because first it took Modewarre's ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
And then within about 15 seconds, Torquay had a goal.
Yeah, well, Modewarre have had more of the football this quarter as well, plus 10 for possessions for the quarter. They've just dominated really, but Torquay have had the win, which has given them the advantage here in this first quarter.
So umpire calling for holding the man again, and we'll go into the hands of Modewarre, who quickly just play it on. Great mark there into Josh McDonald, and it's just right in front of the goal square, but unfortunately Torquay just pick it up straight away and clear it out to no one. That's just going to go out of bounds to its usual spot. So 10-point margin, 26 minutes played. Sure, both teams will have plenty to talk about at this first term. Wind being a big factor here. The contests have been very congested and very intense. So ball will be thrown back in on this centre wing. Tap there by Mason. Doesn't do much work. Nathan Ablett just picks up the ball on one hand. Tries to kick it up. It floats up in the air. It's going to be a one-on-one here between, and holding the man call again, this time in the favour of Modewarre.
It's their 7th free kick for the quarter.
It is too. So short little kick over to Mitch Fisher. Looking for Finch there, but no, the ball doesn't reach him. Short little tap there by Josh McDonald in the long sleeve. Gleeson picks it up over to a quick hand pass to Warmold, who just kicked that last goal. He's now in the back line. Chasing after Husker Dorban for Modewarre. He dives down. And just a bit of hot potato going on here. One-on-one contest. Jesse Dawson's involved for Torquay. He's got the ball in hand, but he's taken to the ground, and that will be a ball up most likely. 45 metres from Modewarre's goal. So good chance of Modewarre here to just close that margin before quarter time.
Yeah, it was really good pressure there. They forced Dom Gleeson to do the switch kick under pressure, which shouldn't have been used, and it was great pressure applied there to do that, and now they've got a stoppage here with Mason. Nice step forward. Nice smeller from the Torquay player though. And it's just probably just going to stay in. Quick snap forward from Farrelly. There's a big contest here. High flies. Oh, he should have taken the mark. Warmold. Still hit. Goes to ground. Did well though. It could have been in the danger, but it's a big contest handball, and it's going to be a free kick on the way of Modewarre.
There you go. So
28 and a half minutes gone as well. You'd think there wouldn't be much time left.
now I believe this is George Swarbrick, the number 12 player for Modewarre.
Has been influential early on in this game. Oh, he sets it up.
He sets it up, and that's going straight into the hands of Mitch Fisher. Great mark there, and he is at a closer range to kick this one. He's very experienced with the footy as well. 18 goals so far this season, and he's third on Modewarre's goal kicking list at this very point in time. So let's see if he can add one to the scoreboard and close that margin for Modewarre. On the right boot, on the right angle, slots that one in. Fantastic goal there.
Giving it a behind.
No, it's a behind. Sorry, apologies about that. That was the angle of me there, but 1-1-7 now. So just 2 scoreboard appearances for Modewarre so far. 2-4-16 for Torquay, and it will be taken out here by Jesse White. So unlucky there for Modewarre. We know Mitch Fisher is very experienced with the footy, and umpires called for a free kick here. Once again in Modewarre's favour. I believe that's their 8th or 9th. 8th for the game.
Oh, 9th, sorry.
Yeah, 9th. So looking over there for George Swarbrick again, who set up that last play very well. Mitch Fisher was in a good position. Tries to kick it over to Husker Dorban, who was one-on-one, and he just delivers a punch. The ball's still in play here. No one's really nearby it. Picked up there by Kyle Benefelt. And it's going to be a mark by Modewarre. Josh Finch, oh, he reaches for it. Oh, gee, fantastic mark there. He skipped along the ground with his knee, but he's come up fine, and he's got the mark there. So he's going to be attempting a goal from about 40 metres out, and we know how experienced he is.
Yeah, quality play. Just reached his 250th game last week, but I don't know if he has the distance with this win, but we'll have to wait and see.
So he goes for the short kick instead, and he's looking for John Mason, the big man.
Was the right option. Knew he didn't have the distance in him. Decided to go to the co-coach in Mason, and probably has a little bit more power in his kick. 30 minutes and a second still going.
So Mason bombs that one in and won't make the distance, so just falls to the left side as well. Pascal Dorban there nearby, and that will be a rushed for Modder. 1-2-8 to 2-4-16, 8-point margin in Torquay's favour. So they're keeping Modewarre at bay quite well here in the closing stages of this first term. Get Community Bank Oval, round 12 action in the Bellarine Football League. A game all to play for both these sides. Cleared out by the Torquay player looking for his teammate. Great kick there over to Gleeson. He'll do a short kick over to his teammate, who quickly progresses the ball. That was Callum Curry. Experienced goal kicker there, but it's just a quick turnover into Modewarre's favour again. And that's just going to be a short little kicker. Another turnover now in the hands of Curry again. Curry, and now it's just been smothered. Modewarre have possession all of a sudden again. Free out on this side is Sam Romerall. And just bombs it into their 50. Into the hands of George Swarbrick, who's had the ball a fair bit in these last 5 minutes. He's now going for goal. That is a fantastic goal by George Swarbrick. That's one that he deserves on the right foot, about 40 metres out. 2-2-14 to 2-4-16. 2-point lead margin for Torquay. And 32 minutes just gone this first term, so not long now till quarter time, and that was a fantastic play there by Modewarre. Wasn't the best bit of footy we've seen with all those turnovers, but Modewarre just came out on top, took it when they needed to.
Yeah, it was a really important goal there by Swarbrick. Reward for effort there from Modewarre. They've had the last couple of inside 50s, played the last half of this first quarter a lot better than Torquay, I believe, and now they've got the wind in the next quarter and they should go from there.
Yep, so momentum's probably going into Modewarre's favour. Quickly cleared out there by Mitch Fisher again. Takes it out of centre square, chasing after it. Is a one-on-one contest on the outer side. Just picked up from Torquay straight away, and that will be taken towards their 50. Ben Ramey he was looking for there, but the ball was too fast for him. He's now circling around the contest. Chasing after it now is Oliver Butler for Modewarre as the ball goes free. Into the hands all of a sudden of Jack Heathcote. He's kicked a fair few goals already this season, so siren sounds, however, so 2-4-16 to 2-2-14. Torquay lead by 2 points at quarter time. We'll be back for second quarter action shortly. Welcome back. Second quarter action here at Community Bank Oval. It's round 12 of the Bellarine Football League between Modewarre and the Torquay Tigers. About to get the siren here. There it is, the Cardinia Park-esque siren. Torquay 2 points up as the second quarter starts here. Mason gets a strong tap with the right hand. Jumping up there was Matty McKim for Modewarre. And just now taken into Modewarre's 50 on the outside there. That looked to be Darcy French. And Torquay just pick up the ball straight away. So running after Tim Cardy, but it's just gone out of bounds, and the ball just keep ending up there by what we've seen so far in that first term. Sun's still out. Ground is still drying after very heavy rain yesterday. So would have been hard for all the other teams playing yesterday. Of course, Modewarre, they play a couple of games this year on Sunday, and they picked a good Sunday to play footy. Beautiful day here in Geelong and Mount Moriac. And lots of players around the ball here, not really progressing anywhere. Just tried to be picked up there by the Torquay player, and it's gone out of bounds. That was Callum Curry. So we'll in total, what do you think of that first term from both sides?
Yeah, so I thought it was a pretty tightly congested sort of game. Ended up being a little bit more free-flowing, but I thought Torquay weren't able to capitalise on their opportunities going forward, and Modewarre were able to as of late, and hopefully for them will translate it in this quarter.
So now taking in front of Modewarre's 50, just quickly picked up there by Torquay all of a sudden. Don Gleeson had the ball, short hand pass to his teammate, filed through looking for Oliver Reid, who's made his return to the field after that knock to his right side, so he looks to have recovered. Does a short hand pass to his teammate over into the hands of Pearson Bennett, and has now gone out of bounds again for a throw-in. So a lot to play for in this game, as we're talking about pre-game. The ladder is so tight in this year's league, so top 6 all separated by essentially one game. Modewarre sit at the bottom of it in 6th, but a win today and a strong win could boost them up to as high as potentially 2nd or 3rd with their percentage. 137% they've got at the moment. Ball up will be called after the ball was thrown in. And just because this game's played on Sunday, the ladder stands right now with Torquay in 4th and Modewarre in 6th. Geelong Amateurs and Anglesea actually occupying the top of the ladder there. Both had a draw against each other, so they've got those 2 points in hand, which are sometimes handy or can work in your disadvantage.
Yeah,
you can vary a lot each week because you don't really have a set position on the ladder because you're outside, the bracket of points you usually get for 4 wins, 4 points for a win. So they've got something up their sleeve this final series, and yeah, Anglesea definitely looking to knock out one of the big teams this year. Of course, the top 5 going to the finals, and there's 6 pretty good teams going for it. Ball goes up there. Chasing after it was the number 31 player for Modewarre, and just inside this centre square here, great kick off the ground into the hands of Josh Chapman. And now he's waiting for his players all run by. Short little kick to his teammate Matt Deledio there. And he's not going to go for the goal. He's going to look for a player. He's sort of in the same position Chapman was, and he just goes for the short kick again. They're not really getting where here. Play on is the call. That was Chapman that had the ball once again, and that's just filed to the left side, out of bounds on the full. No score for Torquay, and in the hands of Modewarre. Just
another opportunity going becking there for Torquay. Obviously, with limited supply to go inside 50, going up the hill this quarter, they really need to take their opportunities. So just taken outside this 50, going down for the mark was Husker Dorban. Josh Finch attempts to pick up the ball. Dorban in there again. Almost a holding the ball call. Play on, says the umpire. Cleared out there by Kane Timmins. Not really to anyone effective of his teammates. Tim Cardy picks up the ball down the back for Torquay. My team sheets are going all over the place with this wind. Need to find a way to stop him. And, see, this ball might go out of bounds. This is a dangerous spot to place the ball. Stays in board. Tackle there. Jack Heathcote with the ball in hand. Gets taken down to the ground. Torquay really lifted the intensity this quarter. Already the 4 tackles to start the quarter. Just playing for ball on a couple of occasions.
And, yeah, dangerous position for the ball here. It's still inbound, but now out of bounds. Going up for the mark there was Callum Curry. Bit of mud on that ball now in that little ditch of water they have here in Modewarre.
Yeah, it's not always good at time of the ball to be waterlogged in these circumstances.
Yeah. It's a nice dry day outside. Umpire swiftly jumps over the ball there, unlike Razor Ray, who gets it clobbered at him. Kicked out by Matty McKim, but straight turnover to James Saker for Torquay in that back pocket. Now what can he do with the ball? Bombs his kick over. You can just see the wind just filing through that ball there. It's really not getting anywhere with those long kicks. So, like we're saying, making it hard for goal kicking and just making it hard to progress the ball down the field. It's going to be a ball up call here. Lots of congestion around this play.
Reid needed to take that mark there. It ended up being an uncontested mark. Just the perceived pressure of the match with the ball holding up in the wind. Always someone there to punch the ball.
So kicked out there by Mitch Fisher, looking towards his inside 50. Strong punch out of bounds again. And you go look at the scoreboard now, it seems like a very low-scoring game all of a sudden. 2-4-16 to 2-2-14. That's 2 points in Torquay's favour. And I'll just reiterate what I was telling about their records recently. So Torquay, their first loss last week against Ammo since they were last defeated by Modewarre the last time they met. That was back in round 3. As they're just trying to work this ball out. Tackled there by Matty McKim. He's been around the ball a fair bit so far in his second term. Looking for Chapman. He couldn't get his hands on the ball. One-on-one contest there between him and Morgan Fenton. But Chapman will take the... I believe that was a free kick for chopping the arms.
Chopping the arms.
Yeah. So he's looking for Gleeson. That ball's just gone way off. And that is out of bounds. So...
pretty frustrating there for Gleeson. Obviously because of the conditions, it's hard to hit those kicks, but
you can't do anything about it.
Definitely wants to obviously hit them kicks, because then it's going to be stuck in this wing.
Yeah, definitely. What are some of the places that's been bad with wind? This would be one of them, surely. Yeah,
this would be definitely out there. I've played on there. It's not fun. Grovedale.
Yes.
Grovedale's Birdoo Reserve. That's always hard to play on with the wind.
Should be places up near Lawn or something. They would have pretty tough ones. So, Raby picks up the ball. Pass over his shoulder there to his teammate Sam Warmold. He was great in that first term. Unlucky bounce there for Torquay. A slip there. But 2 players around the ball for Modewarre, and there was a slip there. Picked up straight away by Oliver Butler. He couldn't do much about it. And that's gone out of bounds again. And a fair bit of mud that Matt Delidio is wearing. He's been around the ball a fair bit. He's got the long sleeves on today. What about when it comes to drainage in grounds? Where are some of the grounds that get absolutely smothered in water that you know of?
That's probably a tough one, to be honest.
Well, it's good.
I'll think about it.
It's probably good to know, because then we've got very good quality football fields in the Geelong region.
Yeah, it's exactly it.
Dorban, great tackle there in his 50. The ball's just going towards their goals, and that is a behind, unfortunately. The ball was just progressing too quickly for Modewarre, but they'll take that behind. They're now 1 point down to Torquay. 2-4-16 to 2-3-15.
He had plenty of time, that Modewarre player. Unfortunately for him, he could have just picked the ball up and lowered and just finished instead of trying to soccer it off the ground.
So 8 minutes played in this second term into the hands of Mitch Fisher. I've said his name a fair bit in these last 8 minutes. And it will be a ball up just outside Modder's 50.
Torquay at the moment already had the 16 kicks to Modder's 9. Already getting their ball, getting hands to the ball first already. And as we see there with a quick handball. Quick kick forward, Delidio's there. Nice and clean, but Farrelly cuts it off. Now they're going forward with Timmins, but only as far as
Jesse White,
Jesse White.
Yeah, so White's been quite strong in that back half of the field today. That ball just, once again, curves over to the right side for us. Stays in bound, though. And umpire's called here for a free kick in Modewarre's favour. And still a bit of a tussle for the ball here. So we're going to the hands of Troy Anderson. Sorry, not Troy Anderson, his teammate Mitch Fisher again. He just bombs it in, and that's just gone to the right side out of bounds. So probably not yet a wasted opportunity for Modewarre, because they'll see what they can do on this next passage of play when the ball's thrown in about 10 metres to the right of their goals. But
yeah, their defenders are really
they're
set
probably
up well
just
behind play. As we've seen a couple of cut-offs already. They go in here.
I reckon they're just rushing too much with the ball here. They should just be taking as close to the goal as possible and just kicking from point blank. I mean, the wind is not actually that bad, to be honest, but it looks bad. It is definitely swirling around here at Mount Moriarty, and that ball's just gone out of bounds in that centre pocket, centre wing again.
Yes, Modewarre, when going inside 50, they just need to go more central instead of going to that pocket as I was trying to get out before. Although going to the pocket, they can get a stoppage, but it can be dangerous that it can go out of bounds on the full, so try and play more central. Yeah,
any kick sort of towards this third of the ground towards us. The ball's, it's dangerous, positioning for the ball, so picked up there by number 31 of Modewarre, and that's a great tackle there, and that will be free kick into Torquay. Look at this, there's heated going on here, and I was going to get that guy's number, but his shirt's come off, so
pretty sure it's Holmes.
Yeah.
think I just did it. I think I heard a report then, possibly, but I could be wrong.
I heard a player call for a report, but there's been a yellow card shown.
That means he's off for 15 minutes as well, which is never what you want.
So I haven't seen this before, to be honest. So did they go a player down now? Can you just tell us about the yellow card rules?
I can't. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure they are able to have a player on the field, except that player's off for 15 minutes. So it's 11 minutes gone. So
just waiting for him.
He might get back on.
Yeah, they're just waiting for him to leave the ground. It looks like he will be swapping with another player. I'll just see who's coming on for him. As play resumes here, wind's picked up all of a sudden. And see, it's gone to that. It's just floated into the hands. I believe that's Raby over there, and he'll go to the right side away from this wind. It's definitely what you want to do, staying on that side of the field. To be fair, short little hand pass looking for the number 7 player for Torquay, but no, he couldn't get his hands on the ball. Instead, it goes to his opponent, Morgan Fenton. I was just about to say how effective the number 7 player was so far this game, but couldn't get his hands on the ball there. 2 Torquay players around the ball, but none of them could get the mark. Modewarre, just kicked it between his legs, bit of a nutmeg there. Tackle, but no ball up. Ball still in play. Raping was involved there with a pass, but now it's going to be a ball up just inside that centre square.
Pretty good effort there from Torquay. Obviously, the wind's picked up just a fraction, but obviously trying to use the opposite side, the far outer side, where the interchanges are. Less wind there and greater opportunity to create overlap on the outside.
So Torquay now will have the ball. Short little kick to Gleeson. Raby's free on this left side. Doesn't choose him. Straight turnover there. Not good by the captain of Torquay. Into the hands of Dorban. Been strong in his second term. Quick turnover though. Doesn't officially get into the hands of Tyler Lavelle. And that's now just gone out of bounds on that pocket again.
Just another opportunity going backing there for Torquay. They could have just went down close to the hot spot instead, trying to go for the lower the eyes, which is always good, but if you're not able to hit that kick, there's so many great intercept markers that Modewarre have to cut off.
So just bombed up into the air. Meeson almost had his hands on the ball with a chest mark, but couldn't hold it. And he can almost throw a blanket over about 15 players here. They've all just been running around this ball trying to grab it. And that will be another ball up inside the centre square. Just more evidence that the wind is picking up here. Our doors absolutely swinging. Short little tap there over to Mitch Fisher. And he was looking for Husker Dorban. He didn't get his hands on the ball, but it will be a free kick in Torquay's in Modewarre's favour. And that will go into the hands of Dorman, but he can do something with this. He's been quite effective with the ball, but he'll be looking for an opponent, a teammate, and takes that one into the centre square, and it's just been tapped along for a rush behind. Sam Hopper got his hand on the footy.
See, that's more like what I would have wanted the Modewarre players to do. Just kick it to that hot spot. That was a pretty good spot, and as you saw, the ball can go over the back, and if they had a play there, they're going to run into an open goal. So if they can keep applying pressure and kicking to those hot spots, then they will be in good chance here to win.
So scores are level 15 minutes into the second term. Both sit at 2-4-16. Torquay haven't applied a score to this quarter yet. I believe it's been at least over 20 to 25 minutes since Torquay have had a score on a scoreboard, so they've lost a bit of momentum here when we thought that they were just going to pick it up. Mind you, their last goal was by the luck of the wind, so
credit to them though, they haven't allowed Modder to still kick the goal.
Yeah, most definitely. And Modder do hold that advantage, as we've alluded to. Tried to be cleared out there by Lindsay Phillips, and that will go out of bounds again with a smother. Raby was the smotherer. And we're just waiting for another throw in. Short little slip there by George Swarbrick. Outside play. Still muddy conditions out there. Raby just takes that one, but it's a turnover straight into the hands of Morgan Fenton. He's been good in this second term. Chapman picks up the ball, turnover again. He didn't fully mark it, it bounced off the ground, but he's by himself looking for his teammate, the number 7 player for Torquay. Was that a mark? No, it isn't. It's 50 metres. Apologies about that. So he must have been, someone must have run through the mark or something.
I think he'd actually marked it, and then Matty McKim pushed him late.
Okay.
It was probably a little bit unlucky, but they do seem to happen, those sort of late collisions.
So now he's got a chance here to claim a score for Torquay. Hopefully it is the goal. Scores a level. 45 to 40 metres out. Kicks it in. Will it make the distance? Oh, it does make the distance, and it won't even be a score. So taking it over the line was Oliver Butler from Modewarre, and it'll be thrown in instead. It wasn't on the full.
It was a good result in the end for Modewarre. Ollie Butler could have just let it go over, probably further behind, but he's kept it in and dropped the mark, and stoppage here for Torquay.
It's also a good second chance for Torquay here. Gleason's nearby the ball. He's chasing after it. Oh, it's just gone through his legs there. Diving down Tyler Lavelle for Torquay. Couldn't get his hands on the ball as well. Plenty of players around it now. This will be a ball up. About 4 players on top of it. Ball up.
Plenty of tackles already. For the quarter, there's already been the 12 tackles in total from both sides. Nice, tightly congested game.
I'm just looking at your stat sheet there. So how many kicks for Modewarre is that?
I'll just wait here. Gleason with a handball. Quick snap around from Heathcote. And it's a mark.
No, yes.
I think they got a high tackle, actually.
Yeah, they have. So that was almost a mark for Torquay in that goal square there, but it's now going to go into the hands of Torquay. I'll just grab that number for you.
Modewarre have had the 20 kicks and 10 handballs. Torquay have had the 32 kicks and 5 handballs, so they've had a lot more of the footy.
There you go. So that's our mate here, number 7 for Torquay. We don't have his name, unfortunately. We'll get that to you at the halftime break. Fantastic goal there, point blank range almost, and that was probably one of his first goals because the boys are getting around him. So
definitely his first goal.
Yeah, definitely his first goal. So fantastic to see there by the Torquay players, and that's brought him.
It might be Will Tamasy. I know he's a young player my age. Obviously on the team sheet it says he's number 54, but I feel like they could have changed his number because he was emergency. But
that's a good point you raised there, Wilbur. We'll confirm that for you in the second half, but I'm sort of sold on that argument there. So a great goal there by Torquay. So the crucial thing is not don't have the what's it called, the favoured side of the ground. So they're a goal ahead, and now Modewarre will be looking for some sort of goal to level the scores again. 19 minutes played in the second term. Ball goes up. Picked up there by George Swarbrick, but just taken back down to the deck. And it'll be a ball up on the corner of the centre square.
Yeah, it's a really big win for Torquay. They obviously had been trying to fight hard to get that strike first in the quarter, and they were able to do so and get a quick goal advantage. But they're able to take this momentum into the second half if they can hold on to this lead, especially if the wind's able to stay. But it has sort of slowed down a bit, I reckon, Luke.
Yeah,
as you can see.
Definitely. So another ball up though, but good chance to sort of convert something now that we're in more controllable conditions. And Braidmead's just taken down there, just right next to the centre circle. So fair few stoppages in this passage of play.
Intensity has lifted a lot as well. You can hear a crowd getting up and about it with lots of hard tackles, playing for their side to get a hold on the ball.
Yeah, no doubt. The players have been, very intense with the footy all game, I would have thought. It was a very quick start, as we saw by Torquay. Going up for the tap there was Hasker Dorban for Modewarre, but once again, another ball up. Ball hasn't moved much. And we're now just past the 20-minute mark of this second term, so into the closing stages we go for this first half of footy. Ball will look to be cleared out this time. More Torquay players around the ball, but Lindsay Phillips grabs it and just clears it. Straight turnover into the hands of Torquay, but then all of a sudden into the hands of Modewarre. There's been a fair few turnovers in this game. And no one's really officially holding possession here. It's a bit of ping pong. That's Finch there. He's just been taken down. Couldn't get the ball anywhere. And then cleared out by Jesse White. He's done a great job there, but no, that hasn't cleared out. Gone straight back to Modewarre. Matty McKim has the ball. Now he launches it this time and looks for his teammate in the long sleeve, but can't get to him. Raven's now chasing after the ball for Torquay. Also there, Mitch Fisher for Modewarre. He was hit the deck, and now that ball's got out of bounds as Jesse Dawson for Torquay was chasing after it.
Good result in there for Modewarre. Able to just maintain possession here in this forward 50. They've just got to try and make sure they can keep the ball inside forward 50 for the next probably 10 minutes of the quarter, as 22 minutes gone just happened. As a quick kick forward.
That was Josh Finch there, and
it was
floated to the right, so it'll be behind for Modewarre. 2-5-17 to 3-4-22. It's a 5-point margin now for Torquay. 22 minutes played in the second term. Clouds are almost starting to roll over here, so we just tick over 3:15.
We definitely want the sun to stay out. I reckon we don't really want it to be raining like it was.
Well, you definitely don't want cold conditions here, especially with this wind. So umpires just called for ball up here. Ablets around the ball there this time for Modewarre. 60 to 65 metres out from Modewarre's end.
As long as they can keep it inside 50 for the next 5 or so minutes, they should be due to kick a goal, I reckon.
Finch trying to bring down his man there. Ball trundles towards Torquay's end. Number 7 player for Torquay tried to pick it up. Who we think that's Will Tamasi.
Could be wrong, but I think it could be.
Yes, he was the list emergency for this game, as Jackson O'Hanlon, Darcy French and Marcus Overman were emergencies for Modewarre, but it looks like we haven't seen him today. So Torquay basically at this centre circle. Now have a chance to do something with the ball. Winds looks like it's picked up again. And look, that ball just floating in the air. Going up there was Sam Romerell from Modewarre. Short pass there by Darcy French. No one could really grab the mark there. Cody Grant was around that ball. Chasing after it now. And cleared, or gone to Finch with the short kick. Great mark though. He goes for a short kick over to his teammate. That's Mitch Fisher. He also goes for a short kick over to the wing. Not a very good mark there by Sam Romerell, and now he's been chased down by a Torquay player. He almost runs out of bounds with the ball there. Romerell trying to smother it, but now there's just a straight turnover into Mitch Fisher's hands again. That would be frustrating for Torquay.
Definitely, they did well to cut the ball off.
Yep.
When Romerell dropped the ball, and then just that unfortunate missed kick there. Definitely could have been on the counter attack with the turnover, but unfortunately lost the ball. Now they've lost it again with a free kick, I believe.
Yeah, and Deledio almost smothered it off Modewarre there when Fisher was taking that previous kick, but now it's in the hands of Farrelly. He does a short hand pass to Fisher again. Fisher on the right foot about 25 to 30 metres just outside the 50 metre line, but just another turnover. Paul Birchall. How many turnovers for this game, Wilbur? Can you count that up?
I don't have the turnovers, unfortunately, on.
Well, without the iPad today, Wilbur usually has his iPad, but unfortunately he forgot to charge it last night, so...
oh no, that is correct, but for some reason it needs an update or something, and it's not cooperating with me, unfortunately.
Just blame it on the software, it's all good.
Yeah, I'll definitely have it back for the next couple of weeks for sure.
So we've gone to the pen and paper now, how they used to do it back in the olden days. So now that ball's just, great mark there by Mitch Fisher.
He's been instrumental for him.
He has, yeah. So he's been getting the ball a lot on this wing, and sometimes his decisions haven't been too handy, but that's just been rushed for Modewarre there. So 2-6-18 to 3-4-22. Torquay lead by 4 points again. I don't think the margin's really gone more than 2 goals. It was probably 2 goals early on, if that. at the start of the first term, but it's just been within a kick or a couple of points this term.
My tip was Torquay by under a goal, so...
To be fair, it has been a low-scoring game. It's only 22-18, 26 minutes into the second term, so the conditions have put a toll on the scoreboard, and there was some big blowout games actually in the BFL this week.
Yeah, there was.
Especially yesterday with all that rain.
In tough conditions, it's a pretty good effort from all those sides.
There's definitely teams that can adapt to wet weather more than others, and it's not wet here. It's just a muddy.
It's just a little
ground,
bit dewy.
Yeah.
But, on the far outer wing where the interchange is, it's quite dry there. Quick kick forward was there, and Haskell Dorman was able to punch it over the line for another stoppage.
Ben Ramey was also nearby there for Torquay. So ball will be thrown back in a wing. Modder's pocket. Chasing after is a fair few players there. Nearby is Jesse White for Torquay. And gone out of bounds again, closer to Modewarre's goals, about 35 metres, I'd say. And another weather update. The sun has come out. Wind has gone down. Probably swap again in 5 minutes.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Nah. That's the winter for you here in the Geelong region. Ball thrown back in. Tap there by Nathan Ablett. Haven't heard much of him in this second term. And it's just being kicked towards this inner wing by Torquay. Plenty of players run the ball. Tyler Lavelle was one of them for Torquay. Picked up by Josh McDonald. He couldn't do much with it. Must have been smothered. Ball taken to the deck, and that will be a ball up about 10 metres from the boundary on the inside. It's a bit ironic as well, as the ball's usually ending up out of bounds on this inner side here in front of all the crowd. Not much exciting actions happening here.
Nah,
it is the wetter side too.
Yeah, definitely.
So the water does tend to flow down this way. Free kick for Torquay. Will go into the hands
Doyle.
of Doyle or Callum Curry.
I thought it was Doyle at first, but either way, it was a really good tackle and deserving free kick.
Great little diving mark there from Jesse Dawson.
It's a smart play, obviously going up against the wind. Just little short 45s is what you need to do to work the ball up, and was that out on the full? It was.
Kane Tim, yeah, he kicked off the ground.
There.
Well, he was trying to keep it in, and by kicking it off the ground, he's kicked it out of bounds.
Was trying to be inventive, but yeah, a little bit unlucky.
Yeah. So now Torquay hold possession, and they're just going to slow down play here. Hasn't been much fast action happening recently. Sun is in some of these players' eyes, looking for Delidio in the long sleeves. Doesn't really get to him, but he gets a ball briefly and hand passes it. Jesse Dawson with the ball again, but just straight into the hands of Morgan Fenton for Modewarre in that back line. Short hand pass over to Darcy French, the emergency listed player. And now Modewarre have a bit of momentum here. Matty McKim bombs it in, a one-on-one contest. Great mark there. Fantastic mark by the long sleeve player over on that far side. And he is probably about 35 metres out. It's Josh McDonald. We've only seen 5 goals in this game, 2 of them from Modewarre. And he'll add his name. He's trying to add his name to the scoreboard list. Josh McDonald kicked a couple of goals this season. Armstrong and Swarbrick are those 2 others there. Fantastic goal by him. So they now take the lead. 3-6-24 to 3-4-22. Believe that's Modewarre's first time in the lead for this game. They were level with Torquay for a bit in the start of that second term. Torquay obviously getting the first couple of scores for the game. They were 1-2 up at one point. So Modewarre with the lead of the game now. 3-6-24 to 3-4-22. 30 minutes played in this second term. We're into the closing stages of this first half.
Yeah, really good answer. Like I said, if they were able to keep it inside 50 for 5 or so minutes, they were due to get a goal, which eventually happened. And they can take this momentum into the second half.
So ball goes up. Mason was the one that had the fist on it for Modewarre. Cleared out by Torquay towards their 50. Chasing after it, Sam Hopper. And he's on a one-on-one with the looks of Mitch Fisher on that outer side. Nathan Ablett getting involved there. and that will be a ball up.
Credit to the back six of Motta, able to intercept every opportunity when Torquay go inside 50, and as we saw there, Morgan Fenton was able to intercept, and then they're able to get the overlap with Darcy French, apologies, and eventuate with a McDonald goal. So lots of intercept marks and rebound 50s from Motta, and they should be able to get away here, I reckon.
Now into the hands of, or looks to be Cody Grant on that outer side in the shaded area behind the nice tall trees here at Mount Moriac. But that will be a throw in. So Torquay will look to try and salvage something with about, I'd say, 5 minutes to go in this second term. Chapman tried to kick it towards the goals. Plenty of Modewarre players around this ball though. Oliver Butler's one of them, and he picks up the ball. Nathan Ablett collects the possession but drops the ball on the ground. Over to Fenton. He does the switch, looking for his teammate, just goes through his hands there, a bit of the butterfingers, but picked up straight away swiftly by the number 31 player of Modewarre. It's just a turnover, unfortunately. And siren sounds there. 3-6-24 to 3-4-22. Modewarre lead by 2 points at half time. We'll be back for second half action here at Community Bank Oval. 24 to 3-4-22. Second half about to get underway here. A game all to play for both these sides in such a tight season this year for the Bellarine Football League. Dom Gleeson with the ball. He just switches to the other side looking for his teammate there in Matt Delidio in the long sleeves. He was quite strong at the end of that second half there, so Torquay will now be looking to return. They have their favoured side, and that is a great start there. Great goal by the Torquay player. And just grabbing, I believe that was, I don't think that was Delidio, it was someone in the long sleeves. Just missed on who kicked that one. But Torquay now hold an advantage straight away. It's 4 points in their favour now. That's how close this game is. It's quickly turned around. Not even a minute played. 3-6-24 to 4-4-28. So Torquay, like I just said before, have the favoured side of the ground now, and they'll look to build on this. Ball goes up. Bit of a tap there by Mason for Modewarre. Bit of hand pass play happening here. The wind looks to have definitely died down this second half. Nathan Ablett's there. Fantastic mark just inside the 50-metre line. And he'll be looking for a teammate. He's just going to kick this one in. Not going for goal. Plenty of players around the ball, though. Picked up straight away, though, by Josh McDonald. Finch now has the ball. Short little look away. Hand pass to Troy Anderson. Trundles along the right-hand side. It's behind. 3-7-25 to 4-4-28. 3 points in favour of Torquay.
Would have been a good answer there by Modewarre if they were able to kick that goal there, especially with Torquay really up in the ante to start this third term with a quick goal in 40 seconds. Really want to set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so it definitely looks like that the intensity is just going to rise again for this third term. All go up there. Gleeson now has the ball. He just bombs it out into the centre square, but direct turnover into the hands of Modewarre, looking for his teammate in John Meeson on the left side there. Doesn't do so though. Tapped out there by Paul Birchall. And that was Deledio there who just kicked that one over to the other side. Now into the hands of Tyler Lavelle.
That's a
fantastic goal by Lavelle. They just switched that ball over. He was by himself there. Modewarre didn't have an answer for that one, and now all of a sudden it is a large margin for Torquay. Large in terms of this game because it's been so tight. 3-7-25 to 5-4-34. It's just 9 points, and Torquay will take that in their stride. The midfielders of Modewarre just having a quick pep talk there. Got to work something out. This is a really fast start here by Torquay. And Will, I was just going to ask you, what did you think of that first half? But more importantly, what did you just think of that start there by Torquay?
Oh, it's been really good. It's been instrumental by these Torquay players, especially their forward line. They haven't really been using lowering the eyes inside 50, and Modewarre been able to intercept this time. They haven't been able to early on.
Yeah, I just think Modewarre will have to reassess their options when choosing a teammate to pick out. Just going back to that Nathan Ablett passage to play before. And now on Torquay's 50-metre line, the ball's just progressed over there again. It's going to be a free kick into the hands of Torquay. Callum Curry is going to have it. And Torquay have got a really good chance here to get something now. Callum Curry is very experienced with the ball, especially in the forward line. And he's actually going to go for this one. So he's just on the 50-metre line on the right boot. It looks like it's filing over to the right. And it made distance, but it will be behind. So 3-7-25 to 5-5-35. It's now a 10-point margin.
Just one of those wasted sort of kicks there. Just instead of obviously going for the goal, he should have just went for the hot spot, just to the top of the square. Instead, he sort of kicked it to the right-hand goalpost, which was always going to fade right and possibly go in the full, which is a waste opportunity. Just giving the ball back to the opposition.
Yes.
Butler somehow got a handball away. Now it's Gleeson. He goes out wide. Torquay player will eventually just shakes and bakes. He goes all the way. Is this a goal? It is. What a goal.
Fantastic. Another strong goal there for Torquay. And that's 3 on the trot all of a sudden now.
Starting to get some breathing room they are now.
Most definitely. So this could be the point in time where Torquay just run away with this.
I do say this is the premiership quarter, so if you're going to take your opportunities now, it's now.
Yeah, so just 5 minutes played, and they've already kicked the same amount of goals as Modewarre's played, as Modewarre's kicked in this game alone. So 3-7-25 to 6-5-41 is the score. And it's shocking to say, but it's almost like Torquay's almost doubled Modewarre's score this quickly. Very big one-on-one contest here. The ball's just trundling towards the Modder 50. Still not in there yet. Cleared out there by Dawson for Torquay. Raidme's going to be chasing after it. Deledio's out there as well. Deledio's just going to go in. Raidme along the outside. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in outside the Torquay interchange bench.
Torquay just been a lot more cleaner as well, as there was a free kick for a push, I believe, on the true centre wing on the far side. It's going to be a long kick forward. It's going to be a big high flies everywhere. Oh, I reckon it's a mark. It is.
That is a mark.
It is Will Tamasey in the end.
So Tamasey, who we believe kicked that goal in the second quarter, now has the ball, and he looks to be lining up for his own shot at goal now, and he's a fair way out, I'll be honest.
Yeah, he is actually a really good player, young, bright future for Torquay. Has been playing really good under 19 football and deserves his call up.
So kicks it in,
giving it a massive
and
boost.
That is fantastic. What a goal from Tamasey. He's second for the game, and Torquay have now blown this one out of the water. 3-7-25 to 7-5-47 Torquay. They're making statements in this third term. That's their fourth unanswered goal in this term.
Just in 7 minutes as well, which is quite incredible. It's 7 minutes and they've kicked 4 goals, is it? Or 3 this quarter.
3 this quarter, apologies, but yeah.
3 this quarter.
4 on the
7
trot
minutes.
though. Yeah, so that is now a 22-point margin.
Danger signs here. I reckon it's a big call, but with the wind, it's going to be hard to kick goals, and if you're going to be able to kick them now, it's going to be hard to get later.
Well, I'm having the feeling that the next goal Torquay kick will make it hard for Modewarre to come back. I reckon they're slowly fading off Modewarre here at home. Ball stays in play there. Great tackle there by Warmold. Play on is the call. Bumped over is Matty McKim, just right in front of us here. They haven't been down in his pocket a lot for this game where we are situated. Just ticked over 8 minutes in this third term, so very high intensity in this start of this second half here in Torquay's favour. And being called out of bounds, out unfortunately, so it'll be a throw-in. Roscoe Holmes was he's returned to the ground after being yellow carded in the second term. And I'll throw the ball in just in front of us here. Now, big chance for Modewarre to convert. Tap there by, looks like that was Birchall, I believe. No, it wasn't. It was Oliver Reed. But into the hands of Modewarre. Short little hand pass over to the number 31 player. Great hand passing work here, but a lot of pressure around the footy. And it's just been a direct turnover into the hands of Warmold, who has been strong for a lot of this game. He's in the back line now looking for an option. Needs to make sure that this ball gets carried across, because Modewarre pick it up. They could do something with it, and they just do that. Not a turnover exactly, but didn't fall into the hands of any Torquay players. Nathan Ablett tries to lay a tackle there on Tim Carty, but it's just now been just bombed back in just in front of the goal square here. The hot zone, as Wilbur calls it. And Swarbrick had the ball briefly, then just taken down into the hands of Nick Garner just in the goal square. And he's looked for Raid Me on that far left side in the pocket. So he'll do a short kick over to his teammate. Fantastic kick there.
Just playing keepings off here at the moment, Torquay. They already have the 14 kicks to Modewarre's 6, so they absolutely dominating him in possessions in this third term, which is correlated to their 3 goals already.
Well, just as you say that, Modewarre pick up the ball, and then they were looking for the hands of Swarbrick in that pocket, but then just picked up by Bennett straight away for Torquay, also the number 12 player. Great punch there. That has now gone out of bounds. That was Farrelly with the punch on the outer wing.
Not to mention, Luke, as well, that Torquay have had 4 inside 50s for the quarter, and they've had 4 scoring shots.
Yeah, most definitely. So Torquay just been very effective with that.
That's exactly right. They didn't take their opportunities in the first quarter when they had the breeze, but they sure have this quarter. It's a good tackle applied from Mason, and it's just going to be a stoppage right in front of the Torquay interchange bench.
So just ticked over 10 minutes in this third term. Margin 22 points in Torquay's favour. If you've just joined us for this second half, Torquay's just blown Modewarre out of the water in these last 10 minutes with that favoured side of the ground. Not much wind swirling around though, as I've just said. And then kicked along the ground there. It was looking for Troy Anderson, the centre. Bit of hip and shoulder, one-on-one. Kick there by Jesse White over to his teammate, that's Tyler Lavelle, the Torquay goal kicker.
Torquay have had the 5 marks, and in the context of this match, it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's been very hard to hit kicks, whereas Modewarre only had the 2 marks for the quarter.
That's been called out of bounds, unfortunately, so looks like they've given up a... Yes, it will be a throw-in. Lavelle there just misplaced his kick, or his footing rather, and it's taken it out of bounds, unfortunately. So it'll be thrown in just in front of true centre here on the inside of the field.
As you can see, Torquay are playing with a spare man as well in the back line, which is allowing for, if Modewarre go forward, they're always going to have that spare man to cut off, intercept, and then they've been able to rebound real quickly, and as we saw, Tamassi was able to kick that goal from outside 50. They're able to find lots of short kicks there. As you can see with the overlap, they've got players everywhere on this wing here.
Yeah, so they was holding the man. That's how Torquay picked up possession. Started with Gleeson with the ball, over to Kyle Benefit, and now Raidme has it, and he's taking to the far left side. Doesn't fall properly into the hands of the Torquay player, and that has gone out of bounds.
Still a good result here for Torquay. They've got another entry inside 50, and if they can just maintain possession for the next couple of minutes, they should be assuming that they would kick goal after their first 5 minutes of this quarter.
So ball will be thrown back in. Inside Torquay's 50. Out of sight, 40 metres away. Great clean pick up there by Modewarre. They'll clear that one out. However, just picked up by Birchall for Torquay. Looking for his team on that far right side. Butler was the opponent for Modewarre, and they've given a free kick in Torquay's favour. It might have been for a push.
Yeah, it was in the back.
And his opponent was Jack Heathcote. So he will now gain the ball. He's kicked some goals this season. 16 goals for the season.
We watched him against Newcombe and he kicked a bag as well. He's good forward.
So he just drops that one in, and that will be a minus score. Helps Torquay's margin. It's now a 23-point margin. 3-7-25 to 7-6-48. So Modern need to respond regardless if it's a goal or a point, and this is what they're going to try to do now. Ball floats up in the air. That could be because of the wind in that centre square area. And on the outer wing, there was a trip there, but nothing being called. There was Raimi that went down. He's getting up slowly, but he's okay. Inside Modest 50 all of a sudden, but just turnover by Torquay. A couple good hand passes. Gleeson was involved in that passage of play. Now into the hands of Birchall. He's by himself. Going to go for the short kick in the centre. Great mark in the end. It was quite risky. Jesse Dawson has the ball in hand. He now takes it over to the outer side, the inner wing on the outer side. Number 7 player for Torquay. Bombs it in. Sorry, that's Tamassi. And that is now out of bounds.
Like I said earlier, with that spare man, they were just able to intercept that ball when Modewarre were eventually able to go inside 50 real easily, and then we saw the overlap. They had a couple of players just all wide open with Tamassi there.
Yeah, so back towards the inner wing, it's just rolled out of bounds into the drink. So ball is wet, we can confirm that. So let's see what the teams can do with that. The conditions here, after a fair bit of rain yesterday, it's made it probably a heavy 7 or a heavy 8 as you'd call it in horse racing here at Mount Moriac. Maybe a slow. Drainage is alright here on the ground, but ball up on the inside wing. So it's made conditions quite tough, despite being the better day to play football over the Saturday, which all the other teams played. Short little kick there, but picked up straight away by Kyle Benefelt. Gleeson has it. That's sort of in the back, but it's play on into the hands of Jesse Dawson. Then over to Pearson Bennett, his teammate. Great little mark there in the centre. Roscoe Holmes. He's had the ball sometimes this game, and he just does a driving kick to Delidio, who just managed to hold on to it. Very fast-paced ball. And he's going to stop play here and attempt to kick for goal. About 50 points out. What have you seen so far, Wilbur, stats-wise in this third term?
Torquay just dominating all sort of facets of the game. They've had the 36 kicks.
So Delaney on the right foot. That's gone to the right side, so it'll be another behind. 3-7-25 to 7-7-49.
They've had the 36 kicks to Modewarre's 12, so they've absolutely dominated them in that department. They're also +7 in handballs. They're also +3 in inside 50 as well, so they're really just dominating at the moment. And then they've had the 10 marks for the quarter, so really just trying to create that overlap in that half-back line and lower the eyes, because of the wind sort of stopped a little bit now, which is really important, getting little uncontested marks, because in tightly contested games like this, it's whoever's the cleanest will win.
Yeah, most definitely. So ball's just gone out of bounds. It's just going to be thrown back in now. outside the 50-metre line. Picked up by Gleeson. He just does a short little kick on his left boot. Rabeney's also involved there. And he does a short little hand pass to his teammate. I don't think he was ready. That looked to be Tim Cardy or Nick Garner there. Regardless, Modewarre just hold possession now. They're trying to run out with the ball here. Swarbrick, he's had a fair bit of the ball today. Chasing after it was Sam Romerall briefly. He couldn't get his hands on the ball. But Modewarre still hold this possession. Now they're gone inside their 50, looking for Cody Grant. He couldn't get his hands on the ball. Two opponents on him. Josh Finch chasing after. He does a great little hand pass, giving another chance to Grant. And this is a good opportunity for Modewarre into the number 59 player. We don't have this guy's name. But risky handball, and Torquay is just going to pick up possession again. That was briefly in the hands of Kyle Benefeld. He's had the ball, but that is a fantastic goal all of a sudden by Modewarre. And they were lucky to seal that one up. Tom Warple, the goal scorer there. And that will be his second goal for the game, I believe, or his first. But lowers the margin briefly for Modewarre. So let's see if they can continue this momentum. That is Warple's first goal of the game. So 4 goals from Modewarre, and they've all been shared by 4 players. That's Armstrong, Swarbrick, and Warple, and also, I believe, Fisher as well. Or maybe, no, sorry, Armstrong's kicked 2 goals. Apologies about that. So Armstrong on 2. As ball's thrown back up here in the centre. But Modewarre take it over and look to attack again, once again towards their 50. Nathan Ablett picks up the ball. He passes it to his teammate to his left side on the outer wing of the ground, passing the interchange gates of Modewarre. Ball just kicked up into the air. Punched there by Meeson towards the goals. No one around there though, unfortunately. Torquay take possession. Short little hand pass has gone around. Benefeld once again with the ball. Oh, gee, that was a hard landing for Deledio there, who just tried to go up and mark it. But back on the right boot, looking for either Ablett or Swarbrick. Still in play though. Big punch there by Sam Hopper in the back line. He almost would have clobbered his opponent there, who's on the ground. That's Kane Timmins. He gets up gingerly. He's okay. And that ball's gone out of bounds though. Sort of towards Modder's end of the ground. So Modder just turning up the wick here briefly in this passage of the quarter, or just slips through the hands there of his opponent. That was Lindsay Phillips there, unfortunately. Then Troy Anderson picks up the ball. He just launches it into his 50, although just straight into the hands of Sam Warmold. And the Modewarre opponent, he's just awkwardly fell into Warmold, but he's on the ground still. He's all right. He's on his knees, slowly getting up. I believe that's Josh McDonald. But now Nick Garner on this inner wing tries to do something with the ball, and then goes over to Paul Birchall. He tries to keep it in, but it's gone out of bounds in that pocket.
Really important goal there for Modewarre, just to turn the tide back a little bit, especially late in the quarter, just ticking under 20 minutes now in the quarter, and especially with all the momentum being Torquay, just able to get one back is really important in the context of the game.
So Dawson tries to get the ball close to his goals, picked up straight away over the hands of Lavelle for Torquay, taken out of bounds again, and 2 players have actually gone into that muddy ditch over there. Very slippery down this end of the ground. And the ball will be thrown back in Torquay's side of the field.
Intensity has lifted from Modewarre as well in the last 5 minutes.
They've definitely regrouped here and done something quite effective, as Oliver Reid tried to attempt something with the ball, but quick turnover into Modewarre's favour. Nathan Ablett underneath the ball there. Oh, he's just been pushed out of the way. And I believe it's going to be a free kick in Ablett's favour. Jeez, wasting a bit of time here trying to get rid of this ball. Warple does so, getting it to him. So Ablett looking for an opponent. He's down the back line here. Short little kick to his teammate of Mitch Fisher. And he's coming towards this inner wing here. It's been dangerous all game. He was looking for Meeson. Too many players around him. Picked up quickly by Kane Timmins. And cleared out into their 50. Looking for Romerall. Couldn't get his hands on the ball. Straight away into Torquay's hands again. Roscoe Holmes. Ball, great mark there, but no, he didn't get his hands officially on the footy. That was Josh Hamilton. Now, into the hands of Rob Armstrong from Modewarre, taken to that outer side. 2-on-1 here in Torquay's favour. Chasing up the ball is Pearson Benefelt once again with the ball in this third term. It's going to be a free kick instead into Torquay's favour, so...
Yeah, for a high tackle.
Yeah, high tackle. Wasn't really a good aim with the ball. Almost went to Romerell, went through his hands. Modewarre pick up the ball straight away again. However, that looks to be Benefelt again trying to take the turnover. But Modewarre just got possession at the moment. A lot of the time the team's just handing over the ball. It's not the best play we're seeing at the moment. Modewarre again with the ball. Into the hands of McKim. Into their 50 now all of a sudden. 2-on-2 here. Better bounce for Torquay, taken down. It's going to be a free kick in Torquay's favour. Looks to be a high tackle. And that is Sam Hopper from the back line. So he does the switch over to the left side, looking for his teammate who just successfully marks it. That is Pearson Benefelt. I wish we could see how many possessions Benefelt's been getting. He's had at least 10 in this quarter, I reckon.
Yeah, he has been good.
And now, all of a sudden, into the hands of the Modewarre player looking for his teammate. That is Josh McDonald. Kicks it off the ground because he didn't get his hands on the ball completely. But Torquay just keep them at bay. Not a very good kick there by Jesse White into the
He's paid
direction of Holmes. And yes, that is holding the man. So Modewarre are going to take this opportunity.
McDonald needs to kick this goal if they're any chance of winning this game. I mean, it is only 3 goals the difference, but if they can make it 2 goals, then it's definitely a real good chance to win, especially with the wind for the last quarter. Modewarre as McDonald comes in.
So he's had a shot on goal already. Was unsuccessful, and this time he's unsuccessful again. So 2 behinds for McDonald. Scoreboard reads 4-8-32 to 7-7-49. 17-point margin in Torquay's favour in this third term. It will be kicked out by Jesse White. So this will be a handy win for Torquay on the road if that's possible. Taken over to that far side of the ground. Still in play. And it is. So it's been popped up into the air. No mark really there. Punched sort of by Callum Curry. Still inbound, and now it's gone out of bounds. So 25 minutes gone this third term. Scoreboard reads 7-7-49 to 4-8-32. Ball is thrown in. Attempting to go for the tap was Dorban, who shared the role with Beeston today for Modewarre. Great little bump there. Hopper was
fished it really well.
Fished it really well. It was almost high there, but he keeps the ball in his hands. Small little kick there, and that will be a free kick by looks of it. Look at the intensity here.
Gonna get a...
Morgan Fenton was getting fired up as well, but this will be Torquay's free.
Yeah, it'll be down the field free kick. So as we see there, the players are just getting away from it after a bit of a scruffle. But at the end of the day, McDonald's going to have a second chance.
Yeah, so
to kick this goal.
That's what I meant. So McDonald, this will be his second chance in a short time and third chance for the game. 0 goals to his kick so far, and this time he's probably about 25 to 30 metres out, so he's got a better chance here. And off he goes. It's gone to the right, unfortunately. He's not having a good day goal kicking, making it a bit more tough for Modewarre to sort of get close to Torquay. Margin now is 16 points, 4-9-33 to 7-7-49. Driving kick to Tim Carty in the middle of Modewarre's 50.
Up to 15 marks now. Torquay up.
Torquay's up.
For the quarter.
For the quarter, yeah. However, it sort of fell more into Modewarre's favour despite not having the best accuracy in front of goal. Garner takes a short little kick over to his teammate on the outer wing.
They've just been able to control the footy for this quarter, Torquay. As I said, with the now 16 marks, just trying to play tempo footy and go forward when they can.
Ablett got his hand on the ball there, but ball hits the deck. Will be a ball up on that outer side. So ball goes up again. Nearby was Sam Hopper for Torquay. And also Jesse White, but the ball has been taken out of bounds. Jesse White was running after it. Any other interesting stats more in Modewarre's favour that you've seen so far, Wilbur?
Yeah, they're +2 on clearances for the quarter, or now +3 after that. But yeah, still winning the clearances, but unfortunately just aren't being as effective when going forward.
Good pick up there. So, running with the ball now, Callum Curry, he just gained lots of metres there. And unfortunately, there was no opponent he could really go to. It's fallen into the hands of Darcy French, and he couldn't get his hands on it, so he's tapped it along, and scoreboard now reads 7-8-50 to 4-9-33. It's a 17-point margin in Torquay's favour. And there's still a lot to do for Modewarre here. It's not like it's a close game because of the low-scoring nature. Ablett takes a great mark just inside the 50 for Torquay. Chipping kick over to his teammate. Might have better options there. Look to do the switch here. And they're now on the other side. See how far he can progress the ball forward here. Now it's more Modewarre doing a bit of keepings off. Just trying to hold this quarter down. Oh, almost a mark there by what looked to be Jack Heathcote. Matty McKim for Modewarre. He's given up the short hand pass. This is a good chance Modewarre here. Lucky bounce for the number 50 player. That's Lindsay Phillips. Not a very good kick. Great mark there. And we do not have this player's name, but it could be Marcus Overman, number 59 for Modewarre. He's been quite strong at the start of this second half, and now he's got a great opportunity to condense the margin and bring Modewarre closer to Torquay. He'll have to try the banana here, and on the siren, he's kicked the goal. Fantastic to see there for Modewarre. The scoreboard now reads 5-9-39 to 7-8-50. It's 11 points going to the final term here. We'll be back for fourth quarter action at Community Bank Oval shortly. Final quarter action here at Community Bank Oval. We have a game on our hands. It's 11 points. Torquay Tigers in the lead. Modewarre have the preferred side of the ground for this final term, so they've got a good chance here. They kicked a goal on the siren in the third term, so Modewarre ready to pounce, and automatically it's going to be a free kick for them into the hands of Matty McKim, who will take it towards the left side into their 50. Plenty of players going up for the ball. Both teams know how much of a job is needed to win this game, and like we've been saying all game, in such a close competition this year, it's important, these sort of wins. Yeah,
it's exactly right, Luke. Especially with the momentum that Modewarre have just brought in from that last goal. Now they've got the wind, and you know they're definitely going to push here with it only being a 2-goal difference, and Ablett coming in to kick a goal to bring it back to a goal.
So let's see if he can do this. He's about 50 metres out. He's definitely got the distance on him. And he takes it. It's now going to be 5 points between the two. 6-9-45 to 7-8-50. 5 points is all that's needed now, so...
Just shows how quickly the momentum can change.
Yeah, definitely. So 2 goals on the trot now for Modewarre. Nathan Ablett helping with that most recent goal. He becomes the 4th different goal scorer for today.
Almost a replica of what appeared in the third quarter as well, with Torquay getting a goal in 40 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. So Torquay, they had 3 unanswered goals at the start of that second half. Great tackle there, but it's going to be in the back, unfortunately. And short little hand passing kick. Direct turnover, though, to Modewarre. He was looking for Paul Birchall there. Fortunately, didn't get to him. Short little kick there by the number 31 Modewarre player. And they're going to switch. Great mark on the other side there as they set up on this other side. Kick to Tim Carty. He's been alright today, Carty, as he looks for an opponent. Short kick to Raidme. Raidme has been fantastic as always. And now he's just going to hold back here. Look for some options. Probably not at a keepings off stage, considering how long there is left to go and being only a kick in it. But running after a great mark there and a turnover for Modewarre. Again, that's Mitch Fisher. He's had a fair bit of the ball today. Fantastic to his efforts on Sunday here at Community Bank Oval. Just as I say that, he just caused another turnover. We've seen a lot of those today. Sam Hopper now has the ball. He's also been quite strong for Torquay. And he does a short little kick over to Roscoe Holmes. He was sent off earlier in the game for 15 minutes, received the yellow card. In a very intense game we've seen today. Plenty of players around the ball. Chapman's around there. Holding the man, it's going to be in Modewarre's favour. Josh Hamilton will pick up the pieces. And he's got Meeson behind him, but he's going to go for the kick here on this left side. Risky kick. That was Finch there, and he doesn't get the mark, but gets the ball there to his teammate. Great tackle there by Paul Birchall. And now it's in Torquay's favour. They're in their 50, so good chance here for Torquay Tigers. They've had 8 wins so far this year, 1 more than Modewarre. They sit 4th on the ladder currently, and they can go up to 2nd. Great little kick there. 2-1 though, unfortunately. Cody Grant was there to pick up the pieces. Chapman collects the ball. 2 players on top of him. The big man. It's going to be a ball up about 20 metres from Torquay's goal, just right in front of us here. Fantastic vantage point. The sun's starting to set here in Mount Moriac. The wind has died down. The ground is drying up. And we've got a game on our hands. Fantastic goal there. On the right foot snap. Apologies if you lost vision. I'm just going to let you know Roscoe Holmes picked that one up straight away from 20 to 15 metres out, and he's kicked it through. Torquay take the advantage now. 8-8-56 they lead to Modewarre 6-9-45. It's 11 points they are now in the lead, and it's quite crucial for them because now it's now Modewarre require at least 2 goals to come back, and it has been quite low scoring we've seen today. It's only 56-45 in this 4th term. Just about to come into the 5th minute. The Vision's now back. So great goal there by Holmes. Finch there, trying to clear it out, just dribbles along the ground. Picked up by his teammate, Hasker Dorban. And then, a great little mark there. Goes over his shoulders. That was Josh McDonald. He was very strong in that 3rd term. Looking for an opponent. They're all swarming around in the 50. Men running after each other. And looking for Nathan Abel there. It was a bit too far of a distance for him to run. It's gone out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in, so Modewarre still have a fairly good chance here. Nathan Ablett now lingering around the ball. He kicked the last goal for Modewarre.
Yeah, it has been lively to start this quarter. It's been a bit quieter, but good to get in. Good to get in the impact now in the last quarter.
Dorban briefly had the ball in his hands, just a pass over the whole pack. McKim had it. He's taken down. It's slowly trundling, but it's going to be another ball up about 15 metres from Modewarre's goal now. Remember, only about a minute ago was in Torquay's hands in this exact same position, and Holmes kicked that goal. Can Modewarre do something similar? Finch has got the ball. He's hit it on the left boot, but it's shanked it a bit there, and that will go out of bounds on the full. So, unfortunately for them, Torquay will take the possession here.
Still good for them to see that they're getting opportunities like that out of the stoppages. They definitely want to win the clearances here in stoppages to be able to go forward, as Torquay with a switch kick, and it's a dangerous one. Hopper could have got a hold, but he didn't. And then Fisher Warple, apologies, was shrugged out of it, and Ramey just handballed over, almost holding the man there from Gleeson. Warple's still there, Deledio, now going forward, but it's smothered, going back. Mason twisting and turning.
There are lots of intensity here going on, especially with Torquay there. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it out, and it was just a quick kick there by Warple towards Modder's goals. And it's going to be a mark right in front of point blank range here. That is McDonald with the ball. So he's been quite pivotal at the start of this fourth term, and he'll have to put on a left boot kick here. He's on one of the tightest angles possible, just outside of the point post. That's gone up, and unfortunately that is looked to have gone the other way there or something, but anyway, it is now gone out of bounds from...
He went to snap it, and
it's gone the other way.
The wind was so powerful that it pushed it the wrong way, so it was basically an impossible kick there. Unless he went for a banana, possibly he could have bent in, but yeah, very difficult.
So the wind is still playing a factor here. It still lingers here at Community Bank Oval, and it's going to be a ball up. The ball is very close to Modder's goal. They'll be licking their lips here to try and get something very close to the point post.
Good tackle applied there from Hopper as well.
Most definitely. So, briefly picked up there by Callum Curry, and he does his best efforts to get it out now into the hands of Tyler Lavelle in the back line. And we're just waiting for Torquay to reposition here as they run out of the 50. Oliver Butler was there for Modewarre. He tried to get up there. Now at least 5 or 6 players around the footy again, and it'll be a ball up in this inner wing area, which we've seen a lot of stoppages today.
Did think the umpire was going to pit him for holding the ball then. He was taking his time, and the Modewarre player did dive on the football, but fortuitously was lucky enough not to be given the free kick against, as Finch did really well. Handball out was missed though. Just darts around his man was nice.
Josh Hamilton that was. And now Farrelly, he just brings it back into the 50. Great mark there by Nathan Ablett. He's in a very similar position to where he kicked his previous goal. And if he can do this all again, it will bring the margin down to just 4 points.
+3 for clearances for the quarter. Modewarre already are in this quarter, which is displaying why they're getting these opportunities in goal with Ablett here.
Apologies, it's 11-point margin currently, so Ablett kicks this one in, and that is a fantastic goal. Ablett, 2 goals in a row. It'll be a 5-point margin now again. Torquay 8-8-56 to Modewarre 7-9-51. We have a game on our hands just past the 9th minute mark of this final term. The shadows are going long, and it's now heads down from now, and to try and claim this win. Nathan Ablett been very strong in this second half. He's just proved himself again with that recent goal. And now whose turn is it to make the next call in this game?
Modewarre fans, well, getting real up and about. You can hear them.
Always good with that home ground advantage as too. Plenty of players chasing after balls. It just trundles out of the square. Raidme was around there, and he's still around there. Jumps onto the ball. It's going to be a ball up just on the corner of the centre square. What have you seen so far, stats-wise, Wilbur?
It's been a pretty actual tight contested game, to be honest. But Torquay have had a +3 for kicks. Have not registered a handball, funnily enough, this quarter to Modder's 4, which has provided some overlap and run and carry.
I know you're talking about this quarter, but Torquay have been playing that keepings off game, and they briefly were doing it earlier in the quarter. As I said, it was a bit too close to start doing that, as they just fight for the ball here in this inside wing. Once again, another ball up in this area of the ground. Yeah, so Torquay probably having a different approach to attacking with the footy as to Modewarre. And that was a short little punch there by Oliver Reid, who's recovered well from his earlier knock that looked pretty hard in, I believe, the first or second term. It was in the first half. And Fenton's just taking that kick over to his teammate, number 31 from Modewarre. Nice little long drive kick to Ledio. I thought that was... No, sorry, that was Birchall punching that one away, and that will go out of bounds. 11 minutes gone in this fourth term.
Modewarre +3 and inside 50 as well. So generally when they've gone inside 50 this quarter, they've actually impacted on the scoreboard, which has been really satisfying from a Modewarre point of view, and which has caused some havoc for Torquay.
We must not forget Modewarre have the favoured side of the ground as well in this final term. So generally they're possibly going to get the ball down there a bit more. As I'm just looking at a couple of players, Oliver Butler there has gone down a bit sore, but he's come up, and it will be a free kick into the hands of Modewarre. Oh no, sorry, it'll be Torquay's ball here.
Going for the shot.
Yeah, we have to in these parts of the game. So 50 metres out, right foot, won't make the distance, floats up in the air, plenty of players around the ball, punched out there briefly by Morgan Fenton, and Deledio there is now trying to do something with it. He can't, ball hits the deck, Raveney jumps down for it, he's trying to get his hands on the ball, be a ball up about 20 metres from Torquay's goal.
It was good pressure there by Raveney. I did think that the Modewarre player could have got pinned. He did dive on the football with desperation, but luckily enough, umpires benefited out there.
Gleeson takes the ball down with him. Farrelly wraps it around his opponent.
So still good for Torquay. They're still taking precious seconds off the clock, as you can see in your bottom left screen. Thanks to Red Onion. Finch was around the contest there, but it's a quick kick forward. Half volley was sensational, but from Appleton he ended up losing the ball in the end. And they've ended up getting out of the ball here. It's a nice leading kick, but he's just dropped what he should have taken, the Modewarre player, and he's dragged it in the Torquay player. Oh, somehow it's got out with Hopper. Now they're just going to try and lower the eyes. I thought it was almost a no-Dale Beckham style one-handed mark, but he unfortunately dropped it. Almost dropping the ball by the Modewarre player. With pace was good from Modewarre. And they're going to go inside 50 here. Is it a good... Oh, it's just dropped. Trying to pick it up was the Torquay player. Now they're on the overlap switch here.
And into the hands of Pearson Bennett. So Bennett sunning these irons. Take over to the right side. Doesn't really hit his opponent. That was Sam Hopper. And, oh gee, a bit of a late trip there. That was McKim. Takes the ball right in, or almost the mark there. And umpire's blown a whistle. That's a free kick in Modewarre's favour. Crowd very happy with that one. I think that was for another trip as well.
Yeah,
I didn't quite grab that.
See it.
Yeah, it was over on that far side, but I believe it was for some sort of trip off the ball.
All we know is McDonald, as they say, it's a third time's a charm.
I believe he's already had his third chance. I think this is his fourth chance this term.
Oh, we'll say quadruple chance then. And hopefully this is to put him in front as well here.
He's a lot closer too, so
he's
great goal from McDonald. And now Modewarre take the lead 8-9-57 to 8-8-56. It's a 1 point lead for Modewarre, 15th minute of this fourth quarter. There's not long to go now, and it's been a bit of a low-scoring day today, but we've been pleased with this game of football.
It's been a cracking game of football.
Did you know, every time I've been to Modewarre, I have not seen Modewarre win. I've only seen them win once, and that was the grand final last year.
Well, there you go. It's probably the most important game that you want to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Every time I've come here, I've had to either speak to Josh Finch when I was at the Addy, even in a losing state of mind. I've never seen Modewarre win at home. So, ball goes up Mason with the short little tap. Chasing after Oliver Butler. Then picked up by Jesse Dawson. And she's taken into Torquay's 50. Now, is this Torquay's time to respond? No, it's not. Modewarre take the mark. Bit of a turnover there. So, over into Romeral's hands. Right side. Turnover again, but no, it doesn't fall directly into the hands of Bennett. He's had a lot of the ball in this second term and in this fourth quarter. Short little hand pass by Troy Anderson, just progressing the ball forward. And just being tackled across the line. Holding the ball call. Yes, it is.
Really good desperation there from Modewarre. The Torquay player was in two minds. He was thinking, should I go just to the boundary or stay in, and did the wrong decision in the end. And high flies. Ablett was there out the back. McDonald, soccer and goal. It's just a behind though.
So 1 goal for McDonald now. He's been very effective in terms of applying to the scoreboard in the second half, but unfortunately he hasn't kicked as many goals as he'd like to. I got a feeling Modewarre know the formula now getting into the forward line. They seem to be doing it a lot in this final term when it matters.
Yeah, it's exactly right, Luke. They're going more to the more central instead of the pockets. As you see, a clearing handball there. Could be holding, but they're going to pin it, and they're taking the advantage. They've got to go. No, they've brought it back, but they've got to go now. Torquay, 13 and a half minutes gone, or 17.
So Mason there was trying to take the turnover, but Gleeson takes the ball instead. Torquay keep possession. Dangerous kick. What was that for Gleeson? And that has gone out of bounds on the full. So that will now go into the hands of Modewarre. Timmins with the ball in hand for Modewarre. Plenty of options here. Short little kick. He goes backwards instead. They're going to try and hold on to possession here. Short little kick by Romeral over to his teammate. That is Fenton. He's been strong in the second half. Fenton. Been a driving kick over to the left side. He's been doing that a fair bit today. Phillips was fending off his opponent. And just right near the boundary line. And taken along that outside there. Looking for Ablett in the long sleeves. Unfortunately couldn't do much with it. Torquay looked to be picking up possession again. Ablett jumps down into the contest and it will be a ball up just outside Modewarre's 50 all of a sudden.
Really good result there for the Warriors. They did a nice dangerous switch kick and ended up working off with Timmins, and they're able to rebound in the back half and go inside 50, and if they score now it could be hard for Torquay to win. Torquay player didn't have the footy and he did get the free kick. And Dawson, and he switches the ball. They've got to go now, Torquay there. As much as they want to slow the ball around, they've got to catch up now. They're down by 2 points. They go down the line. Reid made a good contest, rather, Doyle.
Mason also involved in that contest there, taking that ball across the line. So, 19 minutes played in this final term. It's 2 points in it now. Modewarre ahead by 2. This will be Modewarre's 8th win if they can salvage this. The percentage won't change much, of course, with such tight margins. But it could boost Modewarre up to at least 3rd or 4th, I believe, off memory. So, ball thrown back in. Mason was nearby. Doesn't get his hand on the ball. And just a short little punch there by Warmald. Bit of a lull happening in this 4th term, and that ball's gone across the line again.
Missed opportunity there for Modewarre. They could have went inside 50 with McKim there, but he was in 2 minds. But at the end of the day, they've still got the stoppage in their forward half, so it's still a win. As Mason wins a tap on this far as Torquay, but he might be pinned here, and he is. It was a ripping tackle by Matty McKim. And with this win, you'd think he'd almost back himself to make the distance, but he's going to set it to the top of the square.
This is the formula I reckon Modewarre know.
That's the spot
Sending
as well.
It in, yep. And almost marked there. Briefly picked up by Dorban. He's trying to fumble the ball. It's right in front of Modewarre's goals, but it is now gone across the line out of bounds. So this is still a great opportunity for Modewarre. They just need to throw this one back in and potentially tap it to a teammate. Torquay really need to mend themselves here and get this one out.
Was the definitely the spot to go to there from Matty McKim?
Will we see a short little kick all of a sudden? No, it's going to be another ball up. And this would just be making Torquay more and more nervous, because if Modewarre kick this, it's a 2-kick game. They're 2 points ahead at the moment.
Whistle. Sounded it's going the way of Torquay. Oh, no, it's going Modewarre's way.
He was pointing to his boot or something. I haven't seen that call before by an umpire much. But it is in the hands of Matt Farrelly. He hasn't kicked a goal today, although he's been quite strong with the footy
in the back half.
Yeah, in the back half throughout the game. So he's now up forward. He's got a chance to kick something here, but if this is a goal, it makes it difficult for Torquay to come back, because it makes it 2 kicks. A straight kick for us behind him, and that is a fantastic goal. That could almost seal it for the Warriors. It's 9-10-64 to 8-8-56. A 8-point margin, 22 minutes in this final term. Modewarre will be talking very highly of what they need to do now in these closing stages. Torquay in a heap. They need to respond in the next couple of minutes, otherwise it could be game over for them.
Yeah, especially with time being a factor now. With 22 and a half minutes gone in the final term. Important goal there from Farrelly to make it 8 points, and with the win not going the way of Torquay, it could be hard for him to score 2 goals late in this quarter.
Is there any stats to suggest that Torquay have a chance?
They've still matched with possessions for the quarter, so if they're able to get more of the possessions late in this quarter, they still could.
So Torquay looks to be chasing after the ball here. It's picked up by Timmins and almost into the hands of his teammate, but just picked up by Swarbrick, and that's over to his teammate. A fantastic mark about 40 metres out. It's number 59. We don't have his name, but he has been quite strong in this second term, I must say. And now he's got a chance to further help Modewarre extend their margin. And this goal, I reckon, will put the nail in the coffin. This will be Modewarre's win. There's still 2 kicks in it as we talk right now.
This would be the sealer.
This goes in on the right boot. That is the goal. It's going to be hard for Torquay now. 10-10-70 to 8-8-56. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Modewarre are on a flyer here. They did have the favoured end of the ground, as we've been saying, in this final term. And it seems like they've found the formula. And it's worked for them well. They've converted very well in this final term. 10 goals 10 to 8 goals 8. So straight kicking, well, and fair kicking from both sides, I should say.
Just been a lot more cleaner. Modewarre have been this quarter. They've had the 9 marks for the quarter compared to Torquay's 6. So they've turned it over a lot more Torquay this quarter than Modewarre, which has led to them scoring opportunities. As Mason taps it down to, I think it was Raid Me under there, but a good tackle from Finch.
24 minutes in. Tapped by Farrelly there. And Mason, I apologise, and he does a spin and tries to eject that ball from the congestion. Dorman also reaching for the ball there. He gets tackled by Benefeld.
Dropping the football.
Almost dropping the footy. Now into the hands of Swarbrick. They got another chance here,
Fisher.
and they do. Great goal by Fisher. Modewarre have sealed the game. Fisher gives Modewarre their 11th goal. 11-10-76 to 8-8-56. Just a 20-point margin, almost the highest we've seen all game. Obviously, Modewarre's highest margin we've seen today. And it was a game where Torquay held the advantage throughout that first term. It wasn't until the second term till Modewarre levelled with him and then took the lead. And since then, it's just been a seesaw before they've blown out here in this final term and taken a win that will be in style. They're playing a bit like Geelong, they're just being very clutch in this final term, and they've done so. The ball's going up in the centre again. Meeson grabs the tap. Look at this. Finch, just a short little hand pass. A 1-2. Bombing it into the 50 again. Torquay did their best to just take away this momentum from Modewarre. But they're just picking up the pieces so well. Finch has got the ball, and now it's gone out of bounds.
I think they've done a pinned a free kick, possibly. Could be wrong.
Yeah, so there is a free kick here, just looking outside. Can't pick up who the player is, but looking for Delidio. Can't get to him. Spiralling ball. Torquay pick it up. Benefelt. He's been very strong in the second half. I've said that a lot today, but he's definitely been a great help to the Tigers on this Sunday afternoon. Hand pass there by Curry. Raiding me around the ball. Ball taken down to the deck. It'll be a ball up. 26 minutes played. (11-10-76 to 8-8-56). 20 points the margin is. This will be Modewarre's 8th win for the season. They've had 4 losses. Their percentage will increase. It will almost hit the 140 range, I reckon. Meanwhile, this will be Torquay's 2nd loss in a row. First to Amos, and then now Modewarre. And just looking at the upcoming games as I reach the fixture. We'll just quickly talk over this, Will. Modewarre, they've got a pretty easy run coming up. Versus Newcombe at home next week, and then they've got, in 2 weeks' time, there's a week off next week, and then travel to Ocean Grove, and then they travel to Drysdale, which are games they can definitely win before they verse Amos here. Once again, another game they could probably win, and then they travel to Queenscliff for the second last game of the year. So there's not too much to complain about for Modewarre's end. Talking about how they're playing so well against Torquay today, who are essentially were a net second in the ladder, and now they're going to drop down to around 4th.
Yeah, well, it's very important because you're in the games when you're playing like the top 6 teams, you want to win them games, because it could definitely come down to the final game of the season.
Yep.
For finals. So a win today is really important for them, and also gives them the extra nudge over Torquay come finals time if they play them as well.
Yeah, mind you, and Torquay also can take this game in their stride. They're versing Drysdale at home next week, then travel, in 2 weeks, and then travel to Anglesea for an away game, and then verse OG in Queenscliff after that at home in Torquay, then travel to Port Arlington for the second last game of the year. So they've
pretty good run home for them.
Yeah, that's a good run home. So they can take this loss in their stride and work around it to see what was done wrong, especially in this 4th term.
They know they can match them, which would be pleasing for the Torquay boys.
So Farrelly had the ball. He's tackled well by Lavelle. Hyped up here, Lavelle is. Torquay just getting fed up with the umpires here a bit. They're definitely frustrated with themselves for letting this game go. It would have been a strong win for them on the road. Nice long booty, and doesn't really make the distance. Going up for the mark there was Callum Curry, just in front of their goals. Now go chase after is Chapman. Bumped away by Farrelly. Finch clears the ball out of the 50. Ablett's there. Goes across the line for out of bounds. 29 minutes played, just about to hit the 30-minute mark of this final term. 11-10-76 to 8-8-56. 20 points in Modewarre's favour.
It is quite staggering to think that Modewarre are going to win by at least 20 points, considering they were down by 28 at one stage.
They were down by 28 at one stage. There you go. So, not the highest margin we've seen, but the highest margin we've seen from Modewarre. And most definitely, if you look at this, the final score of this game, just as a viewer, you'd think, all right, that's a pretty fair game. Modewarre has won 20 points at home. But watching this game today, it has been quite interesting. Just seeing how both teams have adapted to the conditions, the slow conditions, and then, Modewarre essentially turning it around when they needed to. So, of course, yes, they know this ground very well. And as the siren goes, 11-10, 76 to 88, 56. It cements Modewarre's 8th win of the season. Torquay's 4th loss of the year as well. Will, it's been a fantastic game. Thank you for coming today.
Oh, good. Pleasure.
For one final time, my name's Luke McCullough and this is Will Spence. We'll catch you next week for GFL action. Modewarre win by 20 points today at Community Bank Oval. We hope to see you next week. Bye for now.